I think that was there before.
You found the schematics. Great. Get back to the security office right away. Time to wrap things up.
I'm sure. I'm sure this is gonna go so smoothly. I can't even handle how smoothly this is gonna go. Ha ha. That's just not right. That's just that's even more not right. They're not just gonna let me kill her. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. What's one more poor decision? Roxy? Is there a Roxy the fox? Female fox? God, that'd be awesome. Looks like there was a fucking explosion here. What the hell? I never noticed that before.
Don't forget to come to the security office, then you can go home.
I'm sure. Definitely.
Well done, Arnie. I didn't think you could do it, but here you are. That data diver has exec permissions, and you found the blueprints. You made it the farthest, farther than I had expected. I can't believe it was you. Put that data diver in the inventory system. It'll go right to where it's needed.
They're gonna turn on me, aren't they? I know too much. They're betraying me.
Good work. A job well done. Head on out, it's over. I've opened the garage for you. You can just hop in your van and drive home.
I'm sure. I can't even believe how true that is. I didn't see an autosave, boyo. Wait. We gotta get to the power room. The power room goes to the way out.
I don't know why you're still here.
Ha!
Arnold, there you are. We've been trying to get a hold of you all night. Why didn't you answer? Fazbear Entertainment has no other option but to let you go.
Ha!
I just talked to you. You told me to give you the data diver and I could go home.
So you admit it? You misplaced company property.
No, I gave it to you.
Fazbear Entertainment will hold you personally responsible for lost or stolen property. What did you expect would happen?
I did everything you told me to.
Don't call us. Our lawyers will be calling you.
Oh! Ha ha ha! Bad ending, I'm guessing. Oh my god, I'm stuffed! I've been stuffed! That actually looks more like Chica, actual Chica. That doesn't really look too much like Bon Bon, though. Ha! That's crazy. That's so cool. Wait, what? Who the fuck is that guy over there? Is that the Mimic? There's Foxy over there in the cove. I don't know what's wrong with Bonnie's face. Doesn't look right. I'm guessing this is just the bad ending. I'm guessing there's more to it than this. That you weren't actually supposed to leave. You were supposed to, like, delve deeper somehow and figure out all the secrets and yada yada. I never found a tape player for those films that I was collecting. But then again, I didn't look nearly hard enough for all the secrets and stuff, so... As far as that is concerned, I think that, you know, like, unless you guys really want to see me do it very specifically, that kind of stuff is best left to my betters. I've never been the one who's best at like combing through and digging for the secrets, and I'm not a huge fan of like repeating difficult or annoying things that I've already done, so I'm not sure that I would have it in me to play through the whole game again just to get that ending. It'd be different if there was like, this was a game where there were saves that you could load back, or if it was a lot shorter. You know, where like I saved a save slot when there was a decision made so I could go back and try out a different ending or something like that. I'm totally fine with that. It's just like I still have my Cry of Fear saves. So I can still go back and do the extra endings if I want to, kind of thing. Before I made big decisions that split the path. But as it is right now, I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna work, you know? Maybe they did it where if you start the game back up, instead of like, you know, new game plusing or starting over, it kind of like puts you back in, right? It just kind of puts you back in and has you able to go actually pursue the real ending if you want to, you know? I don't know, maybe we'll see. But, that was really good. That was really good. From what I've heard, it's a lot better than, welcome to the team. What was it? It's really, it had a lot, from what I've heard, it has a lot more polish than Security Breach. It's a lot less annoying and extremely tedious and difficult than Security Breach. I can't comment on, you know, I haven't seen Security Breach, I haven't played Security Breach. It's, sorry, I'm kind of like, I want to see this and then I'll put out my final thoughts after that. Okay, fade to black. Okay, just the main menu, okay. What happens if we hit continue?
Don't forget to come to the security office, then you can go home.
Ah, yep. So that you can go pursue the collectibles and get the extra ending.
Arnold, is everything okay?
Okay, that actually might be okay then. Because then I can just look up what I need and go collect it all and stuff like that, so... But, as I always do with Five Nights at Freddy's extra content, I'm going to leave that up to you guys if you guys want to see it or not. So if people actually request it, then I might be willing to go and sort through all that stuff to go and see if I can still access or find the good ending or not. So, what I was gonna say was, I can't comment on, since I haven't played Security Breach, I can't comment on... Okay, hold on. I can't comment on how, like, much personality it has more than Security Breach or less than Security Breach. I can't comment on, like, whether the writing is better than Security Breach or anything like that. I can only go based off of what I've heard, right? About, like, you know, how the game was really buggy or, you know, stuff like that. My main critiques with the game are that, like I said, it's not Freddy Fazbear's. And I don't like that. I don't like that move. You know, I think that the, I don't know. I feel like if it's not Scott in charge and making the characters, then they were worried about tarnishing the characters further or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's the reason or whatever, but, I think that that is a little bit, I don't know, cowardly? You know, you gotta be brave and you gotta fucking be bold and you gotta, you know, stick with the series, you know, you gotta stick with the right thing. Or at the very least, come up with some more memorable characters than your average Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. You know, which this did not even manage to do. There was Jackie, who was awesome. There was the ticket guy who was fucking annoying and you know, whatever, but he was still really cool. There was the bunny thing that was really cool. But other than that, it was like Mr. Helpy, or Mr. Helper, like, that guy was fucking annoying. As is Edwin, and I think that's one of my main problems, is you compare Edwin to fucking William Afton, and it's like fucking nothing, like zero, like fucking lamest dude on earth. Like the whole thing is just a corporate like grab, and it's like, I know that there's the deeper secrets in the special endings, and I'll have to see that either when I play it or when I watch it or whatever, but it just lacked that magic of like Five Nights at Freddy's, with the characters being so awesome and like, you know, everything. Like, I don't know, it just didn't hit me there with like the storyline and stuff. You know, in the writing was definitely, like I said, a marked step back from you know, a step in the wrong direction from the likes of Sister Location and Pizzeria Simulator, which were the last like story-focused ones that Scott did. That had a lot of like, you know, narrative value to them, and they were so high quality and so well written and so like terrifying and intense and stuff. And actually, you know what? I'll go back to the main menu. That'll be better to look at. Sorry, guys. Sorry that took me so long. But, I just feel like they could have done so much better if they stuck with the original characters, and if they had, you know, I don't know. Like, just, like I said, spent some more time on the writing. There were a couple of puzzles that were extremely annoying and tedious, but for the most part, it was pretty forgiving with all the autosaves and, with, like, you know, basically, it's okay to not have a lot of direction as long as you have really good autosaves. It's okay to have things be esoteric if you have a lot of autosaves. It's okay to not have a lot of autosaves if things are very well balanced and look right and all that shit. For the most part, the game struck a decent balance with that. There were only a couple times where I was actually pissed off and not just complaining to complain. So the puzzles, when they weren't repeated too much, right? The new, unique puzzles, most of them were cool. And most of them were, you know, were pretty decent. There were a couple exceptions, like I said. You know, however, even those new cool puzzles could get old, and did get old after the third or fourth time I had to do them, like the elevator one and the and like the molten lava, you know, turny doodaddies, right? Shooting the carnival party things, how they had two of those in the top hat, you know, or in the big top thing. You only had to make 3 minigames. Like, just make 3 different minigames. Don't do, like, the same minigame with a different coat of paint. You know? That just seems silly to me. So, I don't want to be overly harsh. I don't want to be overly critical. I had a great time playing it. I wouldn't have beaten it as fast as I did. I beat it in, like, 2 sessions. You know? I have played this game for, like, 5.5, 6 hours right now. So, I do enjoy it. I assume that it's a marked improvement from Security Breach, which is good for the future of the series. But yeah, like, I can understand if people's main complaint of this game is that it is overly repetitive, or that there are, you know, there's a lack of character to it, there's a lack of personality to it, the magic from the old ones isn't, like, in it, and that, like, I don't know, it's not as, it becomes less scary for it, because a lot of the random costumes are just not scary at all, you know? So, the whole idea of the mimic kind of suffers when the things that can mimic aren't scary. You know, that is kind of unfortunate. Also, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the idea that if you're gonna give yourself creative freedom to make it into any character whatsoever, you gotta make some really compelling, awesome, differing characters. That was a huge, like, creative tool that you gave yourself that you didn't end up using very well. But I actually am not a huge fan of the idea of it, like, mimicking perfectly everything that it goes into and not having a personality of its own, because that is part of what should make it scary, is that you should be able to see through the cracks in that, and kind of see into its, like, you know, into what makes it scary itself, right? So even if there were a bunch of really scary things separate and apart from it, that it was mimicking, I still wouldn't necessarily approve of that without having something that ties all the performances together. Something that you can tell that this is this mimics, or this is this monster's brand of horror, you know? So, I don't know, that's just me being old-fashioned probably, but at any rate, the environments were varied, the puzzles were, when new, really, really cool, and when balanced properly, which was most of the time. You know, could have worked a little bit harder on things like character design and writing, and the story in general wasn't compelling to me, because, you know, I don't know, like, go upgrade your card to open more doors is not exactly the most riveting reason to, you know, brave these horrors. You know what I mean? So, you could literally just leave, or you could literally just could have not gone here at all. You know, and like, I don't know. That's just, once again, it's probably just me being old-fashioned. So, I do have some qualms about the game, but overall the gameplay was really, the game feel was good. It was fun to play when it wasn't, you know, when it was working really well, which it did most of the time. So, that's what I'll say. Anyway, I've rambled on enough, and I've probably made myself sound way more critical of this than I actually am. I am excited to see what Steel Wool comes out with next, in building off of this. I hope that they listen to what I hope is the majority consensus, which is go back to Five Nights at Freddy's, please. Go back to actually Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and, you know, leave this. Just leave this. You can add some Easter eggs to tie something to it or whatever, but the Easter eggs should be of... Going forward, the Easter eggs should be of this. Not the Easter eggs are of Freddy Fazbear's. You know what I mean? That's just backwards and silly. So, at any rate, thank you all so much for watching this playthrough of Secret of the Mimic. If you want to watch me play again and play more and try to get the secret ending or the special ending or whatever, please let me know in the comments below. If enough people want to do it, or if I strike myself, if it strikes my fancy and I can't stop thinking about this game later, then I might pick it up. So, or I definitely will if you guys ask for it. So, at any rate, that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching this playthrough of Secret of the Mimic. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next game. Bye-bye.